Welcome to B-Bite, the podcast where we discuss our life experiences from the ups to the downs to everything in between. I'm Lily.
This is Mario. Happy Monday, everyone. It's end of August. Oh my god. Time flies this year.
Yeah,
insane.
it's actually crazy.
Yeah. But I'm also excited.
I had one of my friends message me yesterday like, oh, are you planning? Do you have anything else planned? Or what was it? Like, are you planning to do any more tournaments in August? And I was like, August is already like over. Like, what do you...
This is the pickleball tournament, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like you're a pro now, Lily. You gotta...
Not a pro. I just play with people who are pros, so I get carried.
Too humble.
No, I
Yeah.
get fully carried.
I think I play total of like 5 to 6 times now pickleball at this point.
Yeah?
Yeah, I play with friends because they wanted to play. I mean, I don't feel strongly to play, but since they want to play, I just go and play with them. So
Yeah. I prefer badminton. But it's just like it's way easier to find a pickleball court than a badminton court.
yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So I guess like quick update on this week. I actually just came back from a tournament, like yesterday in San Diego.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a bigger tournament. If you play in like a A level, that is like a US sanctioned badminton tournament. Basically, like if you win or something, you get points, or if you play, you get point too.
Okay.
But obviously, my level is not there. But I play 2 men's doubles with CK.
Okay.
I mean, result is not the most ideal, I would say. Like for C men's double, we lost in quarter, but we lost in 3 sets. I think we had chance, but I think looking back, like yesterday, I was like looking at the clips and post some of the clips on Instagram and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I did notice like both of us have improved for sure.
Oh.
Both the footwork, both the aggressiveness and things like that. But definitely there are a lot of things to nitpick on. At least when I look at myself on the video, I was like, why did I do this? Why did I do that? But obviously, yeah, there are definitely more things to improve. But I'm actually going to another tournament this weekend at Berkeley.
Okay. Wow.
So it was supposed to be at Berkeley, but they moved it to Bintang in San Francisco, like somewhere in Burlingame or something like that. So I'll be playing there 2 men's single events and 2 men's double events. So we'll see. The nice thing about it is like Saturday, the whole Saturday is like singles and mix, I believe, and then the whole Sunday is just doubles. So at least I can get some rest. Yeah, not like everything in one day. That was pretty bad. And also the tournament just went. It's also kind of nice. It's 3 days, start on Friday and end on Sunday if you keep advancing. The nice thing is like you'll be finished by like 4:00, so you still have time to go out and do some stuff, do some sightseeing and whatnot. So it's pretty good. Yeah, so far no complaint. So today I'm actually going back for training. The moment I come back yesterday. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. No
I
time wasting.
remember when we used to do like the badminton tournaments in college.
Mm-hmm.
It was like we start at like 8 and then we end at like 8.
Oh yeah, that's pretty normal. Most of the tournament here, if it's 1 day or 2 days, it starts at like 8 or 9, and then like 12 a.m. or 1 a.m. sometimes, and then you have to come back the next morning if you advance to quarter or semi at 9 a.m. I'm like, bro, I just sleep like 6 hours. You tell me to come back, but I mean that's just how it is. And yeah, renting the court can be expensive for them, so that's why they kind of had to cram everything in 1 day or 2 days, which makes sense. Yeah, I don't fault them for that. But yeah, that's pretty much my update, I think. Going to New Zealand in November, which is 2 months from now. Pretty exciting.
You ready?
Yeah, I actually just applied for my New Zealand ETA, which is like if you are foreign passport or something. Like if you go Canada, you also have to apply this kind of like thing. It's like electronic thing. I think it's called electronic transit something. I forgot exactly what it's called. But it's basically just a way for government to make money. Actually, most of the government in the world does do that, and I think Europe is going to start doing that too sometimes next year.
So, I see. It's like a tourist thing?
Yeah, kind of. For New Zealand, like the US passport, you can go without visa, but you still have to do this thing. I guess just a way for them to make money and verify you, I guess. But you have to do it, otherwise they won't let you enter. So get that done. Yeah, all the Airbnb and all the planning is done. I just have to review it once more, but I think everything is good to go. And I might go to Korea next year in March.
Because next year.
Yeah, one of my good friends' wedding in March, so I might go there and maybe a couple other countries in Asia if I can. But yeah, that's at least the short-term goal I'm thinking. So let's see.
Sounds fun.
Anything interesting happen?
For me? Let's see. Not really. I only have a lot of like little trips planned, like a couple days in New York. I'm going to SF for a few days. Nothing too exciting there. One thing that will be exciting, and by the time this gets released, I think I will be done. I am getting a cat.
Whoa.
I know. I'm getting a cat.
Wait, your place allow pets?
Well, okay, so this is kind of a secret. It's a secret cat. So one of my friends found a stray cat that was really friendly, and so I'm just gonna take him. But my apartment allows pets, but I don't want to pay the pet rent, because I think is crazy. It's like pretty expensive. And so I'm gonna see how long I can get away with a secret cat.
I see. Is it an orange cat or what kind of?
No, I think it's like a white and gray cat.
Okay.
Yeah. He's apparently like really friendly, and yeah, so my friend basically feeds a lot of strays around his neighborhood, and so there was one cat that was just like really nice and really thankful for food, and so they like wanted to see like if he was like able to be adopted, and so they got him like neutered, and I'm gonna take him probably this weekend.
Nice.
Which means like my whole room has to be kind of rearranged a bit.
Yes.
And so like I just have like furniture everywhere. Like if I look around, it is just chaos. Oh my goodness, it is just so messy in here. But hopefully that'll work out pretty soon. It's also a secret for the time being from my parents, because they don't like cats.
No, parents always say that, but once you have it, they force to take care of it. They will be the pet's
They
best
also
friend.
don't need to take care of him because he'll be in my apartment. Yeah, they have this superstitious thing about cats because I'm the year of the rat. And so they were like, "Oh, cats are going to kill you."
No.
And so I'm like, okay, like a metaphorical cat, I can kind of understand. Like, sure, be super, but like a physical cat is not going to do anything to me.
You just tell your dad and mom and be like, look at Tom and Jerry. They're just fine, even though they fall all the time.
Are they fine?
I mean, they're fine. They try to kill each other, but they're never really wanting to kill each other, to be honest.
That's true.
Yeah, they just do it more playfully rather than actually the intention to kill.
Yeah, so me and this cat will be playfully fighting each other.
I think it'll be fun. I have several friends that have cats, and they seem to enjoy the company. So
yeah, I'm like, okay, like it would be kind of nice to just have like an animal. And then also because if it's a cat, then I can still go on like at least like no problem short term
stuff.
trips. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then if I need like a long term trip, it's not too big of a deal because they don't need to be like walked and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, usually cats are easy to deal with, especially if you go on like I don't know, short trip vacation and things like that, then it'll be pretty
Yeah.
easy. But then yeah, dogs is the one that you need to make sure they're taken care of.
Yeah. And maybe I'll take cats on some trips and stuff. I don't know. We'll see.
Can you?
Maybe. Yeah, you can.
Oh.
There's a lot of like traveling cats.
Interesting. Wait, so if you fly with a cat, how does that work?
You just bring like a carrier, and they can go on the flight. I mean, it's like an extra fee and stuff, but
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that sounds
who
fun.
knows?
So you finally becomes a parent soon.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I've had a dog forever, but he lives at my parents' house, so
Yeah, but now it's like full responsibility on you.
I know. Yeah.
It's the true form of adulting, really.
Honestly,
Congrats.
yeah, I'm kind of scared for some reason. There's a lot.
Actually, I'm
that-
excited for you.
I'm excited too, but I'm just like kind of. There's a lot that can go wrong for some reason. Like I have a lot of plants in my house, and turns out like 80% of them are very toxic to cats. So I have to like figure out what to do with them.
You know,
And then
Lily,
also-
you already sound like a pet's parents already. Even
Yeah, I'm
before-
stressed. You know what I've been most stressed about is because I live in like a high-rise apartment. We don't have windows. Like you can't open your window. The only thing you can open is a balcony door. But I can't open the balcony door without the cat going on the balcony.
Yeah.
And
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
okay. Yeah, so which means I need to keep the door closed, which means I won't get like fresh air to like circulate every once in a while, or maybe like trap the cat for in the bathroom or something for like an hour to circulate air. I don't know. I've been like stressed.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll figure something out, or you just somehow create a small hole or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll see.
you'll figure it out.
But anyway, that's the exciting thing. Hopefully.
Yeah, that sounds fun. I think raising a pet is always like a whole fiasco in itself, but also is a fun learning experience for sure.
Yeah.
So
Would you consider getting
well,
a pet?
I would like
A
to.
fish?
I would like to once I don't travel as much. I mean, I had like rabbits as pets. I had like stray dog as pets before.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, back in Indonesia, I had them.
Oh.
But my mom doesn't really like dog. But I wanted
Ah.
a dog. But you know, it's like that's those kind of thing. Once you get them in here, like she'll probably be their best friend type of thing. I always wanted a Samoyed, by the way. Like that's I think hiking with Samoyed or like snowboarding with Samoyed would be pretty cool. I mean, when they are small. When they're too big, I probably can't carry them. But
I
yeah.
think you can.
But yeah, that's kind of like
I know some people who go traveling with the Samoyed. So
yeah. But for now, I think it'll be a little bit of hassle given I go out so much. So I'm kind of putting on hold for now. But definitely, that's something I wanted to do in the future. Yeah.
very nice.
Yeah. So that being said, I think this week topic, I really want to talk about the. It's funny how we talk about pets. Now we talk about something more dark, I guess. Not really say dark. It's basically the art of embracing failures.
Okay.
So essentially, like, experience from, the setbacks, and then turn it into a stepping stone to become successful. So just to give you some kind of like, maybe example, right? Pretty sure everybody have learned this in their science class. It's like Thomas Edison is one of them, where I don't know how many times he attempted to create a light bulb. It took him years,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And without all those failures, I don't think he can actually came up with it. So that's one of them. And then there were many research out there around like the growth mindset theory, the role of like failure in learning, like resilience, things like that. Like there are definitely a lot of research around this for sure. That a lot of like in order for one to become successful, there has to be failures involved, and the most important thing is like how you actually learn from the failures, and not necessarily like sulking from the failure itself. That's kind of like the gist there, and I think for me that's kind of like everyday life for me. Is like the more I think about it, especially like badminton. Like I play for probably a while already, and then there were definitely ups and downs. There were times where like I win series of tournament like back to back to back and things like that. There are times where I don't win for many tournament, and then I think what I usually do after the tournament is actually look at the replay and look at the clip and be like, what can I do better? Like what exactly happened, and then try to take those takeaway into more like learning. Okay, maybe I need to stop doing this kind of mistakes or practice this kind of shot to better myself and things like that. Even from the career perspective too, it's like sometimes everyone made mistakes at work, one way or the other, small or big. I'm pretty sure anyone has done something. And I think the goal is try to like take the learning out of it and move on, and then try to become better. I think that this kind of like mentality, it works very well so far for me as far as like everything goes, even schooling and things like that also applies. But I'm just wondering if you have any experience that you had in the past that you think this kind of like mentality help you a while back or something like that, or any kind of personal experience that you faced before.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like yes, but also not to that degree, I think. Like I don't think that I'm a person that sulks over failures, but also I don't spend as much time to like reflect on why something happened, or like how did it come to this. It's more, or I guess I don't even like look to see like, oh, where did it go wrong, why did it happen that way, and almost not even like how do I prevent this in the future. It's more like what is the best way to keep on rolling with it. Like,
okay, interesting.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, I think most of my energy is focused on, okay, like failure and mistakes are going to occur. That's fine. How do I like keep going? Like how do I keep moving forward rather than how do I prevent those mistakes later?
But with the mindset of like improving, right?
I guess it's not even like improving. It's more just like, okay, I made like for badminton, right? Like, oh, I made a mistake there. Like how do I keep like your mental going, right? To like finish. And then yeah, I don't really spend a lot of time going back and being like, why? How do I fix it later?
Maybe from the badminton perspective, it would be like maybe in the moment versus like after the fact. So I think what you're talking about is like in the moment,
yeah.
right? Make sure whatever experience don't really bother you or bog you down, such that you may lose the game just because of that one simple mistakes, right? But like after the fact, do you actually look back and think about, oh, I actually did this, did that, like?
I do a little bit. Okay. Definitely not to the degree that you do.
Got it.
Like, I will in like a very high level.
Gotcha. Okay.
But also, I'm not as competitive in a lot of different ways that like as you are. I think you're like very like you have like a goal of like you want to get like really good at this thing or that thing, and I'm just kind of like la la la, like I'll just do it, and if it's fun, it's fun. Yeah, I'm not I guess I don't really have like a lot of like strong goals.
But I mean, I think your approach is not wrong either. I think it's more like the approach you take is slightly different. It's more like you take it more lighthearted so that you can actually move on and be good with it. Versus me, it's like I have to press on it and figuring out like what is going on for me to be able to move forward, if that makes sense. I think during the game I'm able to move forward quickly. Sometimes. I think sometimes I can't. Sometimes I get stuck to the mentality where, oh my god, I did such a bad mistake, and then that kind of like pin me down for the next few points. But I think I've become better in the aspect where if I make a mistake, I just move on and try to secure the next point. I think that's kind of how I take a look at it now, so that I don't make mistakes. But after the fact, I actually look back and be like, yo, why did I hit it like this? Why did I hit it like that? And that's why like my partner get smashed at or things like that, right? I look at it precisely because there are a lot of things that I did in training that my coach yelled at me at, which I cannot see myself. I cannot see myself. What am I doing? But actually looking at the clip during the tournament, I was like, okay, yeah, some of the stuff is pretty evident that I actually do this. I think it's hard to acknowledge it unless you actually see yourself doing it, if that makes sense. Like, it's not necessarily stubborn. It's like I don't have awareness when I can't look at myself while playing. It's really weird.
Yeah, because a lot of the times, especially in those like they're pretty high pressure, right? Like you're kind of just moving on like instinct, and if your instinct is like has bad habits in it, like you don't know.
Exactly. Yeah, I think now after I watch the clip and stuff, I definitely there are a few things I can look at and be like, oh yeah, actually the coach was right. Like some of this stuff is. The stuff that I do is like really bad habit and stupid.
Yeah, I have a really stupid thing that I figured out recently in pickleball. So in pickleball, there's the kitchen line.
Yeah.
And then those like really short shots around the net are called dinks. And when you do a lot of them in succession, for some reason, I don't know how this started or why this is happening, but in badminton when you have like a really loose grip, and so like you're always changing your grip on the handle. Pickleball, you don't do that. You have to hold it like pretty stiff.
Yeah.
But my grip is so loose that whenever I dink once, I always like spin the paddle in my hand once, and then I hit the next one, then I spin it again, then I hit.
Hey, that might works, because your
opponent
might
be confused.
Your opponent might be
really
like,
doesn't.
What is he spinning at? Like, maybe they thought you could do some kind of weird shots or something.
I've never noticed it until maybe like a couple days ago, because I was like, oh, my dinks are kind like they're not slow, but they're a little bit slow, and then I realized it's because I'm like fully spinning them like 180 degrees before going to hit the next one.
Okay. Well, at least that proves that your badminton grip was good. Right?
I guess, but I'm just like, and sometimes because of like I have like such a loose grip on my pickleball thing, but the pickleball racket is so much heavier than a badminton racket. Sometimes I'll go to hit it, and my paddle will just like fly out of my hand.
Oh god.
And like people be like, "Why are you mad?" I'm like, "I'm not mad. I just dropped it."
I think that's definitely the transition that needs to be had, like when going from badminton to pickleball, because how you grip your paddle or your racket is very different.
Yeah, I thought that was so funny. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, totally.
But,
yeah, I think like even in this kind of thing, like the more I think about it, even from the dating mentality, I also do this too, where say like I go on a date and I get ghosted or whatever, or like something didn't work out, I'll actually reflect back and think about what happened.
Oh, I mean, okay.
What can I do better next time? Because there are things that I'm not aware of. There are things where I go on dates. I mean, if the date is nice enough, they will tell me. But 99% of the time, they don't really tell you if they ghost you. They just ghost, and then they don't say
What
anything.
do they tell you?
Okay, so far most of the dates that I went, they don't really tell me what happened. But I have a hunch what happened. Like let's say if I go on a date, like let's say one of the girls I went on a date with, on her profile she said she likes hiking, so I took her to hike, and she was like almost out of breath.
Not like that though.
Yeah, not that kind of hike. She means like walking. So
yeah, she means like she likes mountains. She likes seeing a mountain.
Yeah, just like sightseeing and just a small walk, not like actual hiking. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's an example of like something they don't tell you, but you can
Okay.
feel it and you can know what's going on. Something like
I
that.
see.
Yeah.
I see.
So yeah, pro tip: never take your day to hike unless you're like already official or something that they cannot escape. Then sure, but like before that, please don't. It's
Not
not good.
like your kind of hiking. I think
Yeah.
like a very normal basic hike is understandable and
Yeah,
okay.
like walking around the garden or like just very chill, like 1 mile walking. You know, like I think it's okay. But
Yeah, especially if it's like a date, you want to like talk to the people, right, and like get to know them.
not while they are out of gas. That's the
Yeah,
issue.
like you
there.
need to give them enough oxygen for them to do so.
And comfortableness, right? Because if they don't feel, I mean, they're already trying to gasp for air, trying to survive. How can they talk to you? So
Yeah, like it feels bad when you're like, oh, on this day, and like you're just like unable to keep up. It just feels bad.
exactly. Those kind of thing is like it's like when I think about it now, it's like kind of funny, like how that would happen. Like how do we actually like go forward with that, and then actually happen? And now I think back, it's like, man, those are like silly dates that I set up. But you know, without those, I don't think I would have learned necessarily. So I think
I guess.
it's a good thing, I
It's
guess.
also I mean like those are the types of hikes that you typically go on. So I mean like it's probably a good idea. Like
I
if
guess
they say they like hikes, right?
I guess
And then you're like, okay.
I read it as literally, so that's why I took her on that hike. But like,
Well, yeah.
had I known like when they say hiking, they don't mean like hiking. Then
What
okay,
hiking really means, yeah.
yeah. Now I know. So for those, if you see on the profile like I like hiking, don't assume it's hiking. Just take it easy for the first few times.
Oh, that's actually very funny.
Yeah. So yeah, I think experience like that. I think it made me learn quite a bit about people and how I approach things. But I've since like changed quite a lot already since then, and yeah,
Yeah, I guess I don't like in my head those don't count. Not that they don't count. They don't like register in my head as more like failures. They just seem like
Yeah.
oh I like that was that experience I guess.
yeah. This one is not really necessarily failures. I think failures they are like on the spectrum. There's like
Yeah.
some easy fun failures, which I don't think like this hiking thing is more categorized to, but it's not necessarily
Yeah.
failures. And then there's like serious failures, right? Like something you do and it's kind of serious, but like how do you
Yeah.
move on with it? I think that's the most important part of it. Yeah. So, with that being said, any last thought around like failures, setback, how to like basically move past it or kind of resolving those and basically improving yourself?
I'm oh, let's see. I think it's just important to recognize that everybody goes through some sort of period of like maybe not necessarily failure, but at least some sort of like down period. Like I think it's really easy to feel like you're being left behind or like you're the only one that's messing up when everybody else is succeeding and they're doing great, and like for some reason in whatever aspect it is you're like not to that level. I think it's just like important to realize that like everybody is kind of feeling that way, maybe not in that exact moment, but they will and they have. And so it's just I think that's the main thing that like keeps me going, especially like oh I feel like oh that really sucked, like why did I do it that way, like I'm really bad at this. But it's more like okay, well I mean everybody has to suck sometime, and it's like today's my day, then that's fine. So I think it's just that sort of like mentality.
Yeah, I think being open and then more like yeah, think about how to go about resolving it rather than like blaming yourself for it. And I think like social media is kind of like culprit of this as well. Like you see people, everybody's like successful, good stuff, and but you underneath the hood, there's actually a lot of problems you just don't see because they don't post it. They only post good stuff, so you feel like everything that they do is good, but certainly there are definitely some problem behind the scene that you don't see.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so say like as long as you can like conclusively think about how you can become better at it one step at a time, in the end of the day you'll become better. So and anybody's gonna bound to make a mistake. Like there's no such thing as a perfect human, so just do whatever you can to improve. And with that, I think we'll end it here. And also happy Labor's Day weekend coming up for those who are going on trips and things like that. And enjoy the long weekend off, and we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. See you.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.